At the conclusion of this lesson, you'll be able to write a check, create different endorsements, and balance your checking account. Are paper checks the dinosaur of money transactions? Even in this electronic age, the check is still the payment method used by many employers, landlords, and grandparents. Checks have staying power because no money system works for every type of transaction. Here are 5 reasons that checks will not die. Many businesses and schools do not accept plastic. 55% of small businesses do not accept plastic. Person-to-person transactions. It saves money on processing fees. 2 to 5% is charged for every credit card purchase. Checks create a paper trail. You have control over the payment process. If you have bills paid from your checking account automatically, you may not have enough funds to cover. So how to write a check. I'm going to have you pause this video and go to our classroom and watch this short video on how to write a check. Check endorsements. Before you deposit a received check into your bank, you must properly endorse the check on the back. There are 3 types of endorsements: a blank endorsement, restrictive endorsement, and special endorsement. A blank endorsement is made by signing your name on the back of the check. Anyone can cash or deposit a check with a blank endorsement, even if the check is not written to him or her. You should only do a blank endorsement if you are cashing a check, and don't sign it until you're at the financial institution. A restrictive endorsement is made by writing "for deposit only" on the first line of the back of the check and then signing your name underneath it. A check with a restrictive endorsement can only be deposited into an account in your name. A special endorsement is used when you want to give your check to someone else. To do a special endorsement, write "pay to the order of," and then the name of the person you're giving the check to, and sign your name underneath it. Depositing checks and cash. In order to deposit a check or cash, you must go to the financial institution and see a teller or use an ATM. To make a deposit with a teller, you need to fill out a deposit slip. You may have deposit slips in your checkbook that already have your account number printed on it. When you're filling out the amounts you are depositing, remember to write in the correct section. Generally, there are different sections for currency, paper cash, coin, and check deposits. List each check separately and use the back side if needed. If you want to receive some cash back from a check you're depositing, you should write that amount in the "less cash received" section. You may not fill out a deposit slip if you're cashing the full amount of a check. So here's how that looks. Cash is paper money and coins. These are the checks that we're also depositing. And so that's the total amount to be deposited, but we want to get $25 back in cash. So this is the amount that's actually being deposited. If you are using an ATM, first read the instructions for making a deposit. All ATMs require you to insert your debit or ATM card and enter your PIN. But while some ask you to fill out a deposit slip and insert the slip and deposit into the machine in an envelope, others allow you to directly insert checks or cash into the machine without an envelope or deposit slip. Remember to save your receipt, and when you receive your statement or check your account activity online, verify that your balance was properly credited. Here's a video on balancing your checkbook. Please go to Classroom and pause this video right now and watch this video. The link is in Classroom. The 7 habits of organizing your money. Number 1, keeping track of your bank accounts. Number 2, set up online accounts and email alerts. Number 3, check your balance every time you use your debit card. 4, print or save your online bank statements. And 5, maintain a checking account budget. 6, keep a list of all automatic transactions. And 7, be a record keeper. Why balance a checkbook? Although you can log into your online account at any time and view your checking account history, the current statement won't list any checks that haven't posted to your account yet. This means the balance may not be accurate. Let's say that your online account balance is listed at $200, but you recently sent a check to the electric company for $100. That check hasn't been cashed yet, but you don't realize this. You head to the grocery store and buy $150 in food, thinking that you have $200 available to you. When the electric company cashes your check the following day, it bounces because you only left $50 in your account after grocery shopping. Another important reason to use a register daily and to balance your checkbook regularly is to spot any errors and identify any potential fraud as soon as they happen. That gives you time to correct any mistakes before they affect your account and time to report any suspicious activity before you are held liable for any charges. Balancing a checkbook is easy and quickly becomes second nature after you've repeated the process a few times. Follow these steps to understand how to balance a checkbook. Number 1, recording your transactions. The first step to balancing a checkbook is to list each transaction as it occurs. This includes each check you write and any deposits you make, as well as all debit card swipes, ATM withdrawals, and assessed bank fees. Always keep a running balance by subtracting the withdrawals and adding the credits. Number 2, review your monthly bank statement. When you receive your monthly bank statement, you'll want to set aside a few minutes to reconcile the statement to your checkbook register. Start at the top of the bank statement and work your way to the bottom, one transaction at a time. As you spot that transaction in your register, place a check mark in the provided column. Once you reach the bottom of the bank statement, you'll be able to look back through your register and spot any missed information. For example, if you quickly grabbed $20 at the ATM one day with the intention of writing it on the register when you got home but then forgot, you'd notice a transaction is listed on your bank statement but not in your register. You can now add that transaction to your register to correct the balance. Step 3, check that your balances match. Before you can check to see if your register balance matches the bank statement ending balance, you'll need to take into consideration the transactions that have not yet posted. To do this, start with the ending balance listed on your bank statement and add in any deposits made since the statement was issued. Next, subtract from that balance any outstanding checks or withdrawals. The total from the bank statement should now equal the total from your check register. If you don't want to complete this step on paper, some financial institutions have online checkbook balancing calculators you can use. You simply type in your statement's ending balance and add in any outstanding checks and deposits, and the computer will do the math for you. Other ways to keep your checking account balanced. Although online banking won't reveal any outstanding checks until they've been cashed by the recipient, there is still a way you can utilize technology to keep track of your account balance. Budgeting apps are an excellent alternative for individuals who aren't keen on using pen and paper, and they only take a minute or two to update at the end of the day. What happens if you bounce a check? If you don't have enough money to cover a check, you may pay one of these fees, an overdraft fee. Your bank may allow the check to clear and your checking account to dip into the negative. Most banks would charge a fee of $25 to nearly $40, which can be charged for each overdraft. Non-sufficient funds fee. In this case, your bank rejects the transaction. It charges an NSF fee, which, like an overdraft fee, typically ranges from $25 to about $40. Your check doesn't go through and is likely charged a fee by his own bank for depositing a bad check. Overdraft protection transfer fee. Some banks offer overdraft protection, which allows you to link your checking account to a savings account, credit card, or, in some cases, a line of credit reserved in advance for this purpose. The bank then taps that linked account if you overdraw from your checking account. Your bank will transfer funds from the linked account to cover the check and typically charge about $10 or $12. If you fail to pay non-sufficient fund fees or make a habit of writing bad checks, The bank may close your account and you could face criminal charges. You may also find it difficult to open another account anywhere else if you're blacklisted by checks systems. Keep track of your payments and deposits. Keeping track of your payments and deposits will keep you on path to meeting your goals.